Am I the bad neighbor, or do I have bad neighbors? This is a whole series I'm doing. I am at part 3 now. So since the last update, which that video is taking forever to upload because they knocked our internet out. So that video is like a little longer video, and it's stuck in uploading, and it just won't upload. So you'll probably get part 2 with part 3. So just look at the video somewhere before this was posted, because I'll make sure it's posted before this one. But anyway, since our last update, that Friday, the new neighbors got their internet hooked up. And you already knew about how they dug the trench in front of our driveway to hook them up. Well, Friday, when they hooked them up, they knocked our internet out. And we went outside, we talked to the technician, I was like, hey, you knocked our internet out. He's like, no, it shouldn't affect you at all, and I didn't touch yours. So we ran a speed test. Our speed was very poor. It was like literally in the teens, where it's supposed to be 600. And we couldn't get anything over 100 all weekend long. Come Monday morning, or Monday evening, we call, and we have a technician coming out Tuesday. And finally, no.
We had a tech out on Monday.
We had a tech out on Monday, and the Monday tech, he was like, I've got to run you a new line. So he ran a new line on the opposite side of our property, and he's like, they messed something up in your lines, and I just got to run you a new line. So I'm going to have that dug out of my yard, and then do another line on the opposite side of my property. But they are going to leave the other line on the other side. So he says that we should be having very good speed now. So later that evening, our speed's still horrible. It's not working at all. Like, it's just very poor quality speed. Nothing's changed. So we call again that night, and they're like, we'll send somebody out. So in the meantime, in that next morning, he has to go to a dentist appointment, and as soon as he leaves for the dentist appointment, there is literally like 7 cable companies out in our front yard working on a box that ours was originally at to begin with, where the new people tapped into. Well, I walked over there and I was like, hey, we're still not having speed and stuff. Is there actually a problem? Because I got on my phone, hey, there was an outage in your area. We restored it. You can cancel your appointment. Just click confirm. And I'm like, no, I still have this cable line over here. If I don't need it, you need to pull it up and get rid of it and just reconnect me. So I told that guy the issue, and he's like, yeah, you don't need that new cable. We'll just use your old one that's already buried, and we'll just do that. And he unhooked me. Well, when he's like, you're going to get 1,000. It's running 1,000 speed, or 1,000. What is it called? We're running 1,000 at the box. Okay, so we should be getting well over our 600 in the house. Sure enough, after he leaves and we do a speed test in the house, we're still having under 100. Sometimes it bounced up to 200, but it was not the 600. So we kept the appointment with the tech that was already coming out of 3. That tech came out, and actually before he got there, the guy that was there yesterday that hooked up the new line, he came because he forgot, he thinks he forgot his tools at our house, which I don't think he did. But anyway, he came back to our house, and I told him the situation. He was running a speed test, and he's like, no, you ain't getting what you're supposed to. And he's like, why did they unhook my line? There's a reason I ran that new line. And
I bet it's because they unhooked it. That's why you're not getting your speed.
Yeah.
So he hooked it up, and he was like, oh, you're still not getting a good speed.
Yeah, so he's seen that there was still a problem with the new line. So we wait till 3 o'clock. Now, we already have one service tech sitting here in his vehicle chilling.
And it's funny, because I asked him, and I said, is there any way when they installed that part backwards, because they installed a part backwards in the box.
Yeah, I forgot to tell you about that. The new contractors that put the new people in, they installed the part backwards in the box and fried everybody in the neighborhood.
And so I said, when that happened, could that have affected the modem? Oh, no, I don't think that did. Not at all. So about an hour later, we done tested everything outside, and he's like, well, let's go check your modem. Guess what the problem was?
Our problem was a modem. When they done all this stuff, it surged our modem. And the whole neighborhood was having problems with their internet because of these new people. It ain't the new people's fault. They just have bad luck with people they hire in because...
It's a bad contractor.
Well, everybody that gets bad, have you noticed that? The people that put their house in was horrible, out there cussing and screaming, putting their house together.
I think it may just be this area because the people that we got weren't that great.
I don't know, but am I the bad neighbor or do I have bad neighbors? Because I want to blame that on my new neighbor because I wouldn't have no problems with
Definitely
that.
have bad contractors.
I didn't have no problem at all until any of this happened. But anyway, maybe I'm just the bad neighbor. Maybe I am the bad neighbor. But guess what? The dog shuts up, but the dog barks at night. We could be outside all day. The dog is sleeping all day long. But at nighttime, the dog barks because it's rested up all day to stay up all night. Maybe it feels like it has to stay up all night because it's scared outside dark. I don't know. Because we live in a country and there's coyotes. There is coyotes. And I'm scared to death we're going to hear something bad happen to this dog next door and we're all going to hear it. And it's just going to be awful. But anyway. The dog is still barking. It's still barking. But only at night. Not daytime. And our internet's fixed. Our internet's fixed right now. What else is going on? Right now, we got our fence post put up, which is very nice because the people next door had to get their line buried, their cable line, and guess what? We had to get ours buried too. Who knew that when they got cable, we would have to get new cable too? And the guy that was burying that, he couldn't park in our driveway because we put up our fence post, and so he had to park in their driveway, which he was doing work on theirs anyway, so I mean, why not, right? But we really like our new fence posts. They turned out really good. I posted a video of them, and I feel like we really needed those because I don't want people just driving up on my house no more. It's just not safe. So that's why we done that. Plus, I don't want people turning around my driveway, and it's just a headache. It's just awful. So stay tuned for part 4 of Am I a Bad Neighbor or Do I Have Bad Neighbors? And feel free to comment. Do you think I'm the bad neighbor or do you think I have bad neighbors?